Welcome back. In this video I'm going to demonstrate setting up another language using multi-language and branching. So I'm already logged into the admin interface and I've actually set up in the English Live branch right now. You see the English Live has got Live Stage and Dev branches, but there's no sign of any French branching here. So the first thing we need to do is go away and set up the French branches. So I'm going to go to branching. I'm going to create a website or a culture, and I'm going to call this FR. I don't actually have to fill the culture code in, but I'm going to. So publish that, and I'm going to create a live French branch. Just got some URLs here that I prepared earlier. So there's a live French branch, publish. Let's set up a stage. And I'm going to set up a translation branch. I'm just going to take the forced logins off here for this, so we don't need to keep logging into these sites. Okay, yeah. So now we have French, Live Stage, and Translation. You can see each one of them has got a URL, domain name, which is subdomain in framework8.co.uk, and they're specifying what they are. I've obviously set up the hosting environment to be able to accept these URLs. Okay, so now we've got a French site with Live Stage and Translation, but we need to do some work to actually populate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to branch the welcome page, so let's start with a welcome page, to the translation branch. So I'm on the welcome page now. As you can see, it's all showing in English. Just going to close that panel down on the left, don't need it at the moment. So I hit branch, and we've now got in our selector French site, and I'm going to choose to branch this to translation. No options needed. I'm going to commit that, and it branches to translation, and we see on the top right hand side here, we see we're in the translation branch now as it's taken us here. So I'm working in the translation branch now, so I can actually start translating the text here. I'm actually going to use Google Translate here, this translation. So there we go. You get the gist on this. What I'm going to do is pause the video briefly. I'm going to do my translations and then restart. So here, back again, there you go. I've translated in Google Translate. I've actually popped in a bit of French philosophy here as well. So this has edited the WYSIWYG areas. Now, from the earlier video, you'll notice that we were actually putting the sliders in the top from separate assets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish it. It's great, we can still publish because we're in the French translation, so we can publish as much as we want here. We don't affect any live sites. Just briefly, it might be an idea to pop into the French site now. So let's go and have a look at that URL. We should only get the translated, yeah, here it is. So that's the French site, the French homepage come up. But obviously our sliders are all still in English because they're separate assets. So I'm going to pop back into Common, and I'm going to branch out the two sliders. So welcome to Framework 8. At the moment, this type of asset doesn't support branching, so I'm going to enable branching for this type of asset, and here we go, branch and merge available. So I'm just going to branch this out quickly to the translation site. And I want to go to the second one here, tree. push that out to the translation site. There you go. So we're now in the translation, French translation, as we can see by the top right hand side here. And we're going to do a little bit of translating again. Publish that. Let's have a look at the one. This is going to be an interesting translation here, I think. Now we're going to publish that. Now we can preview this in the French URL. Very nice. Yep, it's all looking good. So I'm quite happy with that site now. So I actually want to make that live. So what I need to do is, from the translation, we could go through the staging, but we're not got anyone to approve it at the moment. So I'm going to actually put it straight down into live, and I'm going to remove. I'm going to remove it for the moment actually. So commit that. There you go. So I need to merge this one to live. Commit. Nice. Now finally I'm going to merge the home page down. And I'm actually going to remove it from the origin branch. So if we now go to the live URL, we find the first page in the French site, ready to go, ready to edit. So our French colleagues can now start working on a French site. Now, what's quite interesting about this is that the site doesn't need to match the English site at all. So you can either branch pages from English to French and translate them, or you can actually start creating your own pages. So what I might do is go to Stage and create a page. Let's see, let's create a page. What template have we got here? We don't want that template. I think we'll choose a content template. Let's fill this in. So I'm going to call this About Us. And this content page. Let's have a little refresh there. And here you go. H1 heading, and then something about us in French. Actually, I should probably write that in French. Apropos de nous. There we go. I'm actually going to take the off the nice name there, and yeah, let's publish that. So that's actually published. It won't be available yet in the live site, but it has been created under the stage site. Apropos de nous. So this shows us creating a new page in a stage branch. It's showing up in stage. We can play with it in stage, and again, if you have this really set up for approvals, you wouldn't actually get the ability to merge straight back in. You would probably get an approval button at the top here, which would go through an approval process and finally end up with a merge. I'm actually going to merge this back down to live. Oh, hang on, I'm actually going to remove it from stage. Commit that. And now if we look at the live site, there you go. So we now have 2 pages on the live site. So what we can have a quick look at is the life cycle of this page. So you can see here that we created apropos de nous in stage, and we merged it down into live. I hope that shows you how easy it is to create a multi-language site and how you might use live staging development environments, or even translation in this case for French, to manage multiple sites. I mean, it doesn't even need to be languages, it could be different sites with different URLs. Thank you for watching.